Good morning, class. Is my voice audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I think one Google form was shared in your official group of 6M, wherein you people were supposed to give the preferences for the electives, professional electives. And only 2 students have given. Quickly start filling that particular form. All of you, all 16, whoever have joined here, I want you people to give responses. I'll give you 2 minutes, quickly complete and acknowledge. Doing, students, completing the process. How long will it take to fill out the Google form? It was communicated day before yesterday only, I think. Yeah, day before yesterday. Only 2 students have given your responses. How about others? Quickly complete it. If people are doing it, you're doing it, students, or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, complete it, all of
Done,
you.
ma'am.
Yeah, okay. Similarly, others quickly acknowledge once you have done. And the next team for the case study activity, be ready for presentation. I'll give the provision of presentation. Just wait, presenter. Yeah, it's there. All can present. So which batch is ready for today's case
Ma'am,
study activity?
may we do it, ma'am?
Yeah, yeah. You can just set up everything. How about others? Complete it. Complete the form filling task and acknowledge. Pradeep Kumar, done? You've raised your hand. You've raised your hand for what? You want to present your case study or?
Case study, ma'am.
Yeah, after Lakshmi Shravan you can do it. How about filling out the Google form? Have you completed? Complete that first, all of you. You're able to present, right, Lakshmi, Shravani and team?
No, ma'am, it's Mansa who is presenting.
Mansa, you're finding any difficulty?
Ma'am, she's not my teammate, ma'am.
Okay, so who is doing it now? Mansa.
Mansa and Smita, ma'am.
Mansa and Smita. Okay, fine. Yes, you can
Can I
start.
start, ma'am?
Yes, yes. And other students, I don't want you people to be silent spectators or audience, okay? Listen carefully and I want you people to ask questions, at least one or two. And if suppose today you people don't ask questions quickly, I think I have to give some punishment, some sort of punishment, okay? We'll see at the end of the presentation. Yeah, you can start.
Good morning, one and all. Myself, Smita, and my teammate, Mansa, presenting today's case study, that is Bharti Airtel's broadband surge during COVID-19. So, introduction. The telecom industry in India has witnessed unpredicted growth like since 1991. After the modernization of Indian economy, we have witnessed drastic changes not only with an ever increasing subscriber but also in the art telecom services to a large section of population at competitive rates. Like these networks, it has become a driver in reuniting the rural and urban population of the country, and the mobile phone has indeed become a common man's device in India. The progressive policies in this sector and the in the basic modernization took place with the creation of BSNL, that is Bharat Sanchar Nigam Limited, and later that is MTNL, that is Mahanagar Telephone Nigam Limited, which provided an tremendous growth of telephony and mobile services in India. Encouraged by the successes of these bodies, the telecom sector was flooded by a host of private players who wanted to compete and provide the best of the world class services to the customers in India. It is a huge revenue earner for the country. So, about the Airtel, the story of Airtel Limited, commonly known as the Airtel, it rose as a successful private Indian telecom company and became the fifth largest telecom operator in the world. Airtel is the largest cellular service provider in India with over 183.3 million subscribers. Airtel is the third largest in country mobile operator by subscriber base behind China Mobile and China Unicom. So Airtel is also a provider of broadband and subscription telephone services. So as of September 30, 2020, Airtel with 2.60 million subscribers ranked second among the top 5 wide broadband service providers in India after state-owned operator, that is BSNL. Next, the background. Airtel, a leading multinational telecommunications company based in New Delhi, India, had operations in 17 countries across Asia and Africa and the Channel Islands as of January 2021. The company was incorporated in 1995 as Bharti Televentures Limited and promoted by Bharti Telecom Limited. Between 1995 and 1996, the company launched mobile services under the brand name Airtel in Delhi and Himachal Pradesh. In April 2006, the name of the company was changed from Bharti Televentures Limited to Bharti Airtel Limited to reflect the objective and the nature of its business activities. So the abstract of this case study is, the case is about Bharti Airtel Limited, that is Airtel, India's second largest wide broadband service provider, Bharat Sanchar Nigam Limited, after BSNL. Okay, which saw the demand for home broadband surge during the COVID-19 induced lockdown in the country. In 2020, Airtel significantly consolidated its position in the Indian telecom market and intense competition from Reliance Jio Infocom Limited for supremacy in the telecom market. So during this lockdown, people had to work from home, and also we as students had to listen to the classes from home. So this is the strategy made by Airtel. One of the biggest contributing factors for Airtel's growth was its rising average revenue per user, which grew without impacting the number of subscribers. The ARPU of Airtel increased to rupees 154 in the fourth quarter of 2020, up from rupees 135 in the previous quarter. The, the Indian telecom industry saw a major shift from mobile broadband services to home broadband networks, especially because of this pandemic. The lockdown boosted the demand for home broadband as people prefer to stay indoors and rely on the internet to carry out their day to day activities. On the home broadband front, Airtel saw a surge in the number of users and consumption of data due to the culture of working and studying from home. During this nationwide lockdown across the country, to contain the pandemic, so more and more people started working from home using their home broadband connections, creating a huge demand for bandwidth. So Airtel was determined to ensure a seamless network experience for its users. Its networks operated in the BCP mode, that is business continuity planning. At this time, Airtel increased its investments, upgraded the quality of its services, and also accelerated the network's rollouts to meet customers' demand for uninterrupted broadband connectivity. Airtel also provided affordable broadband plans and leveraged its partner services to deliver an integrated offer that covered unlimited data connectivity and entertainment. The impact of this pandemic and cheaper data tariff plans from Airtel were expected to help the company witness faster adoption of the broadband in India post-pandemic. But a few challenges still remained, like Airtel's ARPU was still below the desired levels. At the same time, Jio had made huge investments in 5G networks, which could pose severe competition to Airtel. Further, Jio's aggression pricing strategy to attract customers could be also a major challenge for Airtel. So next, the case is structured to achieve the following teaching objectives. That is to understand the reasons for the increase in the demand for broadband services in India during the COVID-19 pandemic, and to evaluate the strategies adopted by Airtel to cater to the increasing demand for broadband during the pandemic, and to evaluate the comparative advantage of Airtel's broadband services, analyze the post-pandemic challenges Airtel could face. So the next topics, Mansa would present.
The growth over years. There is a large significant growth in its business over years. In 2015, it was the first company to bring 4G to India, and in 2018, the Internet of Things, that's the IoT, and the 5G trials. Airtel worked hard to rebuild the ecosystem of digital services, and from being a telecom player to becoming a key part of the industry. Next, the demand for the broadband services. The increasing availability of smartphones led the internet penetrations in India and the high-speed connectivity at the affordable price. In March 2020, India had 17 million home fixed line broadband users. By then, 640 million mobile broadband users were accessing internet services through 4G smartphones or the dongles. The road ahead. Now, Airtel is actually making the significant improvements in the number of activity and the active subscribers. Its ARPU, that is the average revenue per user, was still below the desired levels. The Airtel's chairman, Sunil Bharti, said the company's monthly ARPU needed to go up to it healthy and it should be more sustainable. It is believed that the ARPU of 150 is actually inadequate, and companies remain hopeful that the ARPUs will get to 200 in short term and eventually to 300. And even at this level of ARPU, it will be very well placed to serve all the lower end customers who may have the company capacity to pay 100 or even less. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, questions?
Ma'am, I want to ask, ma'am.
Yeah, you need not ask my permission. You can ask question, any one of you. Yeah.
What strategy did Airtel lack to lose its customers to Jio?
Yeah, see, like Geo starting it like 3 months unlimited 4G data for free. Like so, they offered free data for customers. So there, Airtel lost it their users, and then they also offered cheap rates, and also they also increased their prepaid packs. So this is where Airtel lost their users.
Yeah.
Any other question from students? Boys, what are boys doing? Ask any question to your friends. Boys, Kushal is there, Pavan, Pradeep, Srikanth Reddy. See, I don't want my students to be like this. Be interactive. Ask some question. Don't think what others will think about your question. Kushal, ask one question. Kushal, unmute and ask one question to your friends.
Ma'am, for the next presentation, I'll ask.
Okay, fine. Lakshmi, Shravani and team, you can start.
Good morning. My name is V. Lakshmi Shravani and my partner is Monica and we are from 6M ISC. Today's our case study topic is how Tesla changed the auto industry. Actually, the electric vehicles, whatever we are using, are causing a big contribution to the CO2 in the nature. And apart from that, there are also many disadvantages that we are facing indirectly in the form of nature disasters and also many skin related problems due to global warming and these things. Tesla, it's a US based automobile company that designs, manufactures and sells electric cars and vehicle powertrain components with a focus on energy innovation. Here in Tesla, the main focus of Tesla is that they're not going to use any fossil fuels like petrol or diesel to run its vehicles. It wholly runs on a battery that is made by Tesla, and it's the only and first company to start electric cars. Its current CEO is Elon Musk, and along with Elon Musk, there are other investors like Larry Page, who is also the founder of Google, who invested in Tesla. The mission of Tesla is there to accelerate the advent of sustainable transport by bringing compelling mass market electric cars to market as soon as possible. The only thing or the main mission or aim of Tesla is that to make sustainable energy vehicles where it is also affordable by every member. Like if we take cars, whatever the cars we're using today in India, we are paying a lot to maintain those by by paying to diesel, and we are seeing how the diesel rate is going up nowadays. The whole thing is that we don't need the only source for running the vehicles is not any fossil fuels. We can also run vehicles through batteries, and that's what Tesla made, and it has done it. Tesla currently has about 272 stores worldwide, 146 of 164 of which are in 26 different countries outside the US, with Germany having the highest number of its foreign stores. Tesla's first expansion moves into the foreign market were its opening of a showroom in London on 25th June 2009 and store in Munich in September 2009. Moving on, international strategies Tesla employed in the foreign market. Direct selling. Unlike other car manufacturers who sell through franchise dealership, Tesla sells directly to customers. It has created an international network of company-owned showrooms and galleries. And by selling directly, Tesla creates a better customer buying experience. In addition to it, it also provides certified pre-owned program under which Tesla holds a tight grip on its used vehicle market through its certified pre-owned program. Under this program, the vehicles receive a full inspection and a 4-year, 50,000 miles limited warranty with 24-hour roadside assistance on top of the remaining years or mileage of the battery and drivetrain warranty. Another strategy is that strategic positioning of stores and galleries. There is a saying that says we attract more to what we see in the mood. Tesla deliberately positions its stores and galleries in high foot traffic, high visibility retail venues like malls and shopping streets that people regularly visit in a regularly open-minded buying mood. Later on, local responsiveness. Made modifications to the Tesla Model S in China, including an executive rear seat option, which costs $2,000 over the standard model and aims to make rear seat experience more comfortable. In China, to adapt to the locals, what Tesla made is that it added a rear seat to its new model. So so that the members of the China, actually the members of the China, they demanded for more seats in the car. But when we look at cars that were used in other foreign countries, we see a limited number of seats in the cars. But in China, they wanted an extra seat, and that is also included by Tesla. So as to make the locals feel good about the company and also to make them comfortable. Tesla's another strategy is that it also collaborated with other car companies like Toyota, Daimler AG, and Panasonic. The next topic will be continued by my friend Monica.
Thank you, Shravani. Factors of Tesla's success in the foreign market: 1. First mover advantage and weak competition. First company to offer a fully electric sports car, the Tesla Roadster. Basically, the Tesla Roadster is a battery electric vehicle sports car. It is the first production car to be launched in a deep space, which was started in 2008. Next, a fewer number of electric car makers as compared to the number of fuel-using car manufacturers. This says where more number of car users increases, the production also increases. Next is Tesla's success in the foreign market too. Support by government for environmentally friendly vehicles, where Tesla vehicles are eco-friendly, so the government supports them. For example, in countries like Malaysia and Hong Kong, zero-emission electric vehicles like those offered by the Tesla are fully tax emitted, where this was failed in Singapore. Next, Tesla's success in the foreign market 3. Focus differentiation, low bargaining of buyers, and inelastic demand. Tesla's generic business is always focused to a different way, and there will be no bargaining while buying. Tesla's cars are luxury good, and direct selling will create a closer relationship with its customers. Next, foreign market 4. If we take a look at the graph, it was clearly shown what is the impact Tesla has created. As compared to the other automobile companies, Tesla has more profit. Thank you.
Any queries?
Yes, Kushal, ask question.
Tesla is considered overvalued. Why is it so?
I didn't understand your question. Overvalued means in what sense?
In international market, Tesla is considered to be overvalued presently. Currently, it is considered to be overvalued. What is the reason for that?
Yeah, the reason is that it's electric car and customers don't have to put in much of their earnings to maintain it.
Was the answer convincing, Kushal?
No, ma'am.
Maunika can add some more points. Maunika, you're there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, try answering his question. You have to make an effort, no, from your end, because he's not convinced with whatever your other team member have given the answer. So just see how you can support the answer.
It's cost efficient and compressed to other compared to other vehicles.
You can say something like this: since all latest technologies are used, to develop the electric car, the younger generation, will be very much attracted towards it, and that is one of the strategy what the company is using. Correct. So something like this you can substantiate. Any other question to this team?
Who is the founder
Yes,
of Tesla?
ma'am.
Yeah, one more question you have. Wait, yeah.
Who is the founder of Tesla?
It's Elon Musk.
Currently
Not
he's
the
been
CEO,
known to
founder.
something else also. What is that?
It's
Currently,
SpaceX, ma'am. SpaceX, and recently he's also into cryptocurrency.
mm-hmm.
It's named as Dogecoin now.
Okay. Yeah, you can continue, Pawan.
Ma'am, not the CEO. I'm asking about the founder, ma'am.
Do you mean by electric cars founder or Tesla car founder?
Tesla founder.
Tesla founder is Elon Musk, as far as I know.
Elon Musk acquired Tesla. He didn't found Tesla.
We would like to know the answer from Pawan itself. Yes, Pawan, you can reveal the answer.
I am Martin and Mark.
Sorry, come again.
Martin and Mark.
Okay. Is that okay, students? Yeah, next team. Thank you. Yeah, and today I forgot, in fact, to give the applauses. So for both the teams, all of you can unmute and give applauses. Okay. Okay. The next team. Who is the next one to present?
Ma'am, me, Pradeep Kumar.
Who is your other partner or team member?
Srini, ma'am, he is not available, ma'am.
Okay, fine. You can start.
Okay. Ma'am, is my screen visible, ma'am?
Yes, it's visible. You can continue.
Good morning to one and all present here. Myself, Pradeep Kumar R, my teammate Srinidhi J from 6M ISC. Today, we are going to discuss one among the interesting topic offered by the Starbucks to the customers. As we see, the case study is about Starbucks and other further of public free Wi-Fi. Here, I divided the outline into two parts. One is introduction about the Starbucks and the case study. As deeper, I separated the case study into three interesting questions. That is, when, why, what did they gain? Further, we will see what is this meant. As first, I give little brief about the Starbucks and how it is introduced to the world. The name here, the Starbucks, come to the mind is coffee. The first Starbucks was opened in Seattle, Washington on March 30, 1971 by the three partners who met while they were studying is one Jerry Bladon, an English teacher, Zen Segal, an history teacher, and Jordan Brocker, a writer. These three inspired to sell an high-quality coffee beans and equipment by the coffee roasted entrepreneur Alfred Peet after he taught his styles of roasting beans. Later, Bauer recalls that Terry Heckler, with whom Broker over an advertising agent that thought of beginning words with the ST were powerful. The founder brainstormed a list of words beginning with ST and equally landed on Starbo, a mining town in Cascade Range. From there, the group reminded the Starbucks the name of a chief mate in a book, Mordek. They took that name so that the second that sound seems to make sense. Later, the first Starbucks stores was located in Seattle at 2000 Western Avenue from 1971 to 1976. This cafe was later moved to Peak Place in 1912. During this, Starbucks sold just a beans, not a coffee drinks. Later, the first sales brewed coffee opened in 1982. During this year operation, it purchased a green coffee beans from Peet's Coffee Tea, then began buying directly from the growers. In 1984, the original owners of Starbucks, led by the Jerry Bladwin, purchased the Peet's Coffee. By 1986, the company operates 6 stores in Seattle and had only just begun to sell the Express coffee. In 1987, the original owners sold the Starbucks chains to a former manager, Howard, who rebranded his coffee outlets as Starbucks and quickly began to expand the company. And also in 1987, Starbucks opened the first location outside of Seattle in Waterfront Station in Vancouver, British Columbia, and Chicago. By 1989, 46 Starbucks stores existed across the Pacific Northwest and Midwest, and the company was roasted more than 20 lakhs pounds. It mean 9 lakhs 785 kgs of coffee annually. This is a small introduction about Starbucks. Now let's see what the three interesting questions really meant. The first question was why. The concept called free Wi-Fi came to the why the concept called free Wi-Fi came to the into the Starbucks. In July 1st, 2010, in a New York City, Starbucks CEO Howard announced that the coffee giant is now offering a free Wi-Fi to the customers. This is when the time the free Wi-Fi introduces to the customers. As we see, the second question, why? Does Starbucks offering free Wi-Fi? In a conference, Howard said that the company aims to launch its own digital network by creating the third place between their home and work. Starbucks wants to create a priority way to give access to the new source of information and content that you can get only the Starbucks. Here, he also says that there are some reasons to provide the free Wi-Fi. Now, let us see what are the reasons behind it. Here, I took the reason into some parts. Reason number one, Starbucks has to stay competitive. Starbucks was long-rated, means it takes more time and gives the accurate finishings. When it came to the free Wi-Fi, other foods and coffee chains, including McDonald's, have already offered the free Wi-Fi to the paying customers. With McDonald's offering a new, cheaper drink to reveal Starbucks' cost, coffee creates in it was only matters of a time until the Starbucks made a plan to bring back its confident masses. Here, why I told Revel means he's a person who beats the McDonald's and other brands by giving the best coffee than them and made it successfully. Further, he says that customer will linger longer. Why he means that linger longer means the most coffee shops want you to get in and get out. Don't sit and read paper longer a time or relax more time, but the Starbucks want exact opposite to them. The longer you stay, the more you buy, grab a coffee, grab relief till when you want and go home. They keeps butts of seats and the flowing coffee. It's all a trick used by the Starbucks to grab and attack the customers. And he also says that no one pays for the Wi-Fi anymore. In this upcoming world, internet is a more useful to grab anything, but it charges nearly $10 to $20 a day for the internet. By seeing this, Starbucks began offering no charge for a Wi-Fi. The case against the charging for a Wi-Fi, patent technologies and other gadgets, a lot of us don't need to pay up anymore. For example, AT&T charges a ridiculous $20 a month for an iPhone tethering. But with some amount which they spend to the hotspot price, that amount or less than it. If we spend in Starbucks to buy a coffee, you can get high quality coffee and a tea with a fine Wi-Fi too, where they provide good Wi-Fi speed and who will miss this opportunity. In the Starbucks portal, there is another advantage, that is in a Starbucks portal there will be no advertisement, and it is also an advantage to the customers and the Starbucks too. And he also reveals that Starbucks needs to bring in new customers. Starbucks reported its first quarter increase in the customers in 13 quarters earlier in 2010. The move to the free Wi-Fi could keep the momentum going. Customers may be more willing to stop at Starbucks than a different coffee chain or a restaurant. If you knew the free Wi-Fi is waiting for them, the free Wi-Fi offering just another move from the Starbucks to grab the new customers towards them. Till now, we got when did this Wi-Fi came? What the reasons? After seeing this, all offerings from the Starbucks, all may get one question. That is, what did they gain? Here it is. By providing free Wi-Fi, what are the benefits of the Starbucks? He says it's all about targeting the customers. Don't you think Starbucks throwing a free Wi-Fi with all the Starbucks is partnering with a number of media companies, including Yahoo, for a new digital venue. When you go to the Starbucks or a login into a Wi-Fi, you will serve with a targeting content and news like Yahoo. Yahoo will help you. The portal of a Starbucks also work with an AOL to integrated local content from the patch in the network, and you will get the free versions of contents from the WSJ, New York Times, US Times, and free picks of the week iTunes downloads. Additionally, there will be no ads too. The question is, what did they gain? This, the service will funnel target the local contents in the free users, will where the users need to log in with a unique identifier so the Starbucks knew who you are, where you are, and probably read your web habits means it can later target and tolerate the contents and add directly to the users. Let's see now the graph after and before providing Wi-Fi. As we see from 2005 to 2010, there are little increasing in Starbucks shares or an customers. After the 2010, we can see there will be an more increasing till 2021. As we see in a graph, the stores to increases a lot. In a 2010, you can see there will be more increase of stores. Another interesting knowing one is the earlier investor of a Starbucks was Bill Gates, the founder of a Microsoft. Later, the McDonald's brothers, three coffee fans from Seattle, stepped out of their own businesses for worthless rewards, and Howard became the only one owner and manager at Starbucks. As today, Starbucks owns 32,660 stores and its net worth is 110 billions. Started as a finger countable stores, now growing as a 1,000 ending stores. Has Howard said one that thought, that is, dream more than others think practical, expect more than others think possible, care more than others think wise. Thank you.
Good one there. Yeah, questions? Girls, boys, ask. Quick, any one of you ask questions so that we can wind up the session. He's done the complete presentation alone. Any one simple question, students? Nobody? Purnima, ask one question to your friend based on the presentation what he gave. Purnima V. Sagar.
Ma'am,
Yeah, ask one question to your friend.
ma'am, I have no questions for this one, ma'am. I'll ask for the next one.
Very nice answer you people have. Pradeep,
Ma'am?
it was you, right? You gave the presentation now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, given an opportunity, if you become any one of the higher executives of Starbucks, what strategy you would adopt to attract even more customers so that you gain a lot of profit? Your perspective.
Presenting.
Hmm?
2 minutes, ma'am.
Nothing.
Now I'm thinking 2 minutes.
Oh, you're thinking.
I was providing food also, ma'am. I was concentrating on food also, ma'am.
You
Restaurants like
are.
yes,
You're
ma'am.
not supposed to say that way. You would plan for food. Okay, eateries also. Okay, fine. That's it. Anything
Yeah,
else?
no, ma'am.
Okay, then. Thank you, students. Others, whoever is still pending, okay, the team activity presentation will complete at the earliest by tomorrow. Okay, thank you.